Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots weekend, the show on our last day, the Sunday. Wow, what a very hot day it's been indeed. I hope everyone's looking after their bodies, plenty of sun cream, plenty of water and loads of relaxation, but don't overburn yourselves because it'll be out till about 8 o'clock this evening. Now we know there's been loads and loads of games being played today, summer leagues and also tournaments, so let's just hope and fingers crossed that every one of these tournaments are fantastic and summer leagues and there's been no hassle on the touchlines. And I very rarely see hassle on touchlines when the weather is absolutely extreme as this, because people are just absolutely too hot to do anything about it. They're burning, they're loving the sun, and what more could you ask for, because everyone's in lockdown. But it is hard on the kids playing this game of football, and I noticed there's plenty of water breaks, which is a good thing. The referees will be doing that for them as well. Why not? They need a break. You can't just continue playing football, and I'm sure the kids now would just say if they were too hot, take me off. And the managers are pretty up on it now as well, because everyone is burning. I just hope A&E isn't full of too many kids burned with this hot sun. Anyway, let's just hope all your games went very well indeed and there was no incidents whatsoever. I put a post on yesterday on social media. Now you may have seen it yourselves if you've not. Now what we're trying to do in Liverpool, I am starting, and I've already started it, and bringing referees together. I want to explain what this is, because I put a post on saying about we want to start a group of elite referees in grassroots football, and there's one or two comments came up there, basically people having concerns about, I don't know what concerns, because they didn't say, obviously they wanted me to give them more information, but I could read between the lines that they were concerned that we were segregating referees from the good, from the bad, from whatever it may be. You know, if you can understand where they're coming from, but they were very worried. But at the end of the day, this is Don't Cross the Line. This is our Respect campaign, and there's no need to worry whatsoever. We are bringing a group of referees, elite referees in. When we say elite, what we mean by that, these people, these referees are the ones that go that step further, the ones that go that extra mile and make a difference to our communities, the ones who turn up week in, week out without letting anyone down. Reliable referees, reliable for tournaments, reliable for everything that goes with grassroots football referee. They're not just there for the money, they're there taking the money as a bonus, that's all it is, but they're putting a lot back. And I've seen many of these referees. Now I've been inundated over the last few weeks because of our contacts with referees regarding fixtures, friendlies, tournaments, finding referees, and do you know what, I can't say no. People will tell you that I can't say no, and I've been helping out and finding referees for these games, and it has been working a treat. And I have my right hand man Steve, who's going to be one of our senior referees, who's organising it. So what we're basically doing, they're coming through to me, I'm finding the venues, the price, the fees, whatever it is, the kick-off times, where it is, and I'm passing the information back on to our senior referee, who then in turn is finding the referees for us, and it's working a treat. Now these referees are going to be part of the Respect programme, so in my eyes these are elite referees. They're bent over backwards to help out in the communities. They're good on the pitch, they're great with the kids, they're telling the kids what to do, what not to do. And you know what, the majority of these referees actually pull the kids up for doing foul throws. Now that is brilliant, and that is part and parcel of the game, because if you don't pull the kids up for a foul throw, and it might be 50 foul throws, that's down to the coach, as we all know, to teach these kids how to take a throw in. Now my lad the other day, he's got his team and they're going through brilliant coaching, and they're 5 years of age, and I watched every one of those kids in a football match, in a friendly, take a throw in, and every one of them took the throw in properly, because they're concentrating on that. Yes, it'll happen, there will be a foul throw throughout the game, but if you don't pull them up, they're not going to learn. And I see loads of referees just ignoring the foul throws in small-sided football. You can't, if you're ignoring that, you can ignore a penalty. That's the way I'm looking at things, because you may as well say, no, just leave it this time, carry on with the game. Because you have to enforce the laws of the game, even in grassroots level. So I'm asking referees, if there's a throw in there, the coach, if he pulls you up, you just turn around and say, it's your job, not mine. You referees can help out and show them how to take the throw in, but it's not your job, it's the coach's job. And even at half time, that coach should show them and remind them, and before the game, how to take a throw in. It's easy. Let's teach the kids the right way. And the referees, you have to teach them as well. Don't just ignore any of these foul throws, please. And what we were looking at, these referees are brilliant. These will continue to do it, but they also have fun enjoying it. Now, I put the question down, elite referees, and was told it's a worry if you're going to have elite referees. Why? Because every referee is not the same. Now, referees, even to me, I talk to referees and they run each other down. Now, come on. If you're a referee, have you ever not, or run another referee down because they're making mistakes and you're watching because you're a referee? Come on, tell the truth, you have. That's my honest opinion. So every referee, and these referees, I've got great referees behind me as well, fantastic referees who are joining up, and we are picking them, we are choosing them, because I know what sort of referees that we want, who like to do the tournament and who like to get involved with the community and go that extra mile. So I'm explaining why I've called it elite referees for grassroots football, and we're getting organisations on. So I want to give something back to our elite group of referees in grassroots football. And when the Respect Awareness Weekend comes around, you'll see a massive difference, and you'll be seeing big smiles on our group of elite referees. So I've hoped I've explained. There's a lot more going on, and we'll have a good group, elite group of referees. So there you go, that's my elite referees in grassroots football explained. And thanks very much to Keith Hackett, who was the first one to like my post. Thanks, Keith, great follower, great supporter, and you're welcome anytime into the studio, wherever we go. You've done an interview with me before, and it was a brilliant interview, and I look back on that all the time and I still learn from it. So thank you very much, Keith, indeed, for taking part and being a supporter of Don't Cross the Line, our Respect programme. Okay, just checking the time, having a mouthful of my tea. As you know yourself, I always drink tea in hot weather. Later on, when I'm in the sun, I'll have cool drinks, nice water, iced water, and also a bit of orange juice. That's what it's all about. But when I'm not in the sun, tea time. Okay, our Hearts of Gold initiatives. What about our sponsorship? Now, we're looking for 3 teams in Jeffrey Humble, Merseyside. Yes, we're going to expand all this. No worries if you're outside Merseyside. And I think Daryl Cartwright knows how we work as well. We'll be bringing things to yourselves as well, because they're fantastic. Lostock Hall are fantastic supporters of ourselves also. Now, our Hearts of Gold initiatives, we have a sponsor who lives, who works as a business very local to one of the hubs. And the reason he wants to sponsor 3 teams in there, the local teams, is because he's right on the doorstep. So I can understand where he's coming from. Not elsewhere over Merseyside, but it's one of the biggest leagues, I think, if not the biggest league in Liverpool, Jeffrey Humble. One Kirkdale on a Sunday, and we have a full league on a Saturday as well. Now, what we're looking for is 3 teams, small-sided, who are struggling to make ends meet, and are putting a team in the new season in September, and they're looking for kit and maybe waterproofs, things like that. But we have a genuine sponsor who's come on board with our Hearts of Gold initiative, because we're getting many more joining us, who is also putting up the kits and helping us out as well. He teams up with us, and I've got, honestly, there's fantastic things for them that I'm going to be doing for our tournaments as well. So all we want is the teams to get in touch with myself, matt@don'txtheline.com, add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. Now, we don't want this team to be part of a massive club that don't need the football kit. and it's just an extra bonus, and then they're going to put their away kit on 9 times out of 10 and use this as a spare kit. I think that's unfair. So we want an elite team that will come in and just have this sponsor and the items that we have in Aintree Sofas, who happens to be our sponsor for this. So take us up. You know, we have many teams who are turning around and struggling. We just want you to get in touch with us, and we can put you in touch with the sponsor, and then you can do the deal and the manager and the sponsor together. So that's a fantastic business coming on board. Excuse me, coming on board with us. What more could you ask for? This is what it's all about. Hearts of Gold initiatives. We're bringing people together, and we have been doing that since 2003. We've done Cross the Line. So we want plenty more to get involved with us. Get in touch with me if you want to support our Hearts of Gold initiatives. And we're also doing a climb, 3 Peaks climb. Ben Nevis, sorry, I think this fan is probably giving me a sore throat. Ben Nevis, Scarfell Pike, and also Snowdonia. Yes, Snowdonia, as I said yesterday, it's like Titanic, isn't it? The wind blowing in the face. Wow, hair going back. Well, mine isn't, obviously. But we're doing the 3 Peaks to try and raise more funding, and we want to look after vulnerable kids, kids who are struggling in family life, things like that, can't get into teams, and maybe kids who are getting injured. So our fundraising is all going into the Grassroots funding pot, and it's also helping us out with the DXTL projects, such as young commentators that people are loving. Young commentators, bringing kids together. We're doing workshops, we're doing educational workshops. What more could you ask for? This is what it's all about. Money going to a good cause in grassroots football, and you in Grassroots are helping us to support the things that we're doing. It's going to be very, very unique, and we've been established for 17, 18 years. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? We know what teams need, what kids need help, and we're working closely with councils and governing bodies, and hopefully the Archdeacon of Liverpool. So that's what it's all about on our Hearts of Gold initiatives. And please, we've got a GoFundMe page. Please put in Hearts of Gold initiatives. Come up and donate whatever you can, please. It's all going to a fantastic cause, and that will be branched out as we build up. We're building these things up here, the home of football, Merseyside, and helping out the bigger picture. So please keep in touch with us and watch the way we progress, because it's working a treat, I assure you. Now it's that 3-team sponsorship, Hearts of Gold initiatives, and also we had the under-7s tournament today that we've mentioned, and well done to Adam Yore and Jesse Moore for putting that on and keeping the kids busy during the summer holidays. And we put up about Shalamada yesterday, didn't we, over TPs and everything that's going good for kids as well. We'll give more information on that again next week, but tune into yesterday's show and you'll see all about that. Okay, yesterday, now here's the big one, here's the very, very big one indeed. We know what's happened with the England players. I haven't brought it up, I've just let things go ahead. We're all against it, we know that. Racism in football, no room for it. Even our poem states that as well. But I've been against that since 2003. I wrote the poem to say, and if you've not heard the poem, it's don't be a bully, be a friend. Don't be a racist that won't mend. Don't be abusive or aggressive. To show respect is more impressive. Now we've lived through that motto and that poem right the way through since 2003. And I'm lucky to say that I have not come across any racist comments throughout my time. But you've got to be mixed in the middle. And unfortunately, my very first time yesterday, I came across a racist comment, and the person who was stood right next to me, excuse me, who stood right next to me, was the person who was subject to that. Whether it was said out of context, you know, that's another argument. But the person who used to play for football for me, and I know all about his background, and he's a lovely, lovely guy indeed. Now the comment was made, and he defended himself appropriately, like we all would have done. But what really hurt is to see when he turned away and he said his piece to the guy, who incidentally I did report it. It has been reported, and we have been told to the person who was subject to the comment, and he is happy as to what has been done about it, and his manager as well. They've taken action. They banned the person away from all their games straight away, and the person is happy. So some good came out of that one, but a lot of bad and hate came out of it as well, because I did notice my ex-player getting very, very emotional about it, and I had to console him a little bit and wish him all the best. I did not know what to do in that situation, what he was feeling inside, but I could tell by the emotions looking at his face, it really, really hurt, and it's not good. And thankfully, you know, I've been talking to him and we get on really great, and if I didn't report it, I would have been as guilty as the person who made these comments. So I took it upon myself to report it to the league that was in charge, and now our friend is happy to go on with it. He said his piece, we're there. He thanked me very, very much for reporting it and doing something about it, and also the manager. So things can be done, but please, we don't want to hear anything like this, whether it's said out or your argument is said out of context. Please respect the people around you. We're all living as one, and for your colour of your skin, it shouldn't make a difference to anyone. And it hurt me seeing that person being hurt as well, because whether you know it or not, I'm a very emotional person as well. And I just think back and looking at his face, just to feel the hurt that was going through himself. It must have been traumatising, to say the least. Anyway, thankfully we're talking and things are going on, and you have to move on, but that will remain, I know that will remain in his head for a very, very long time indeed, and mine incidentally. So please, whenever you're out, think as one, please, and let's respect each other on and off the field of play, please. Okay, we've got a couple of minutes going on now, and obviously this weekend, or this week, is going to be very, very hot. We do know there's a lot of midweek games. We're hoping to have 1 or 2 meetings going ahead. I'm looking forward to my physio the right day tomorrow, and I just hope that he can do something about my heel, because 5 days and laying off the running was not being good for me. I'm going to be climbing, I know that. I need to keep the muscles active. I need to keep people like myself involved, and they're probably worrying as well, because I'm the organiser of the 3 peaks. But honestly, I won't let you down, I won't give up. If I have to go up on all fours on these 3 peaks, I'm going to do it. It might take me longer. I've got my waterproof gloves to grab to the rocks. I've got my sticks. I've got everything that I need to have when it comes to the 3 peaks, and that is what we're doing to raise the funding for our Heart of Gold initiatives. So we're all in it together. We're all as one. We're all working together, and we're all a great team with DXTL, Team DXTL, who are really looking forward to it. And I'm the only injury buddy at the moment, and let's just hope we all keep injury free. But I'm determined to do it, and I can't wait. If this physio can get me right tomorrow, fingers crossed, there's no serious problems that I'm going to be looking at. You know, he could say, do nothing now, right up to the 3 peaks challenge, and I won't be fit enough then if that's the case. I need to do some sort of exercising, especially in the legs. And you start eating a little bit more when you're not training. We all know that, and that weight comes on you, as I said yesterday, comes on you very, very quickly. It takes ages to get off, comes on very quickly. Well, hey ho, what more could you ask for? I'm going to be determined to do it and raise as much funding as I possibly can. Okay, we've come towards the end of our show. Thank you once again for everyone who's been tuning in from Friday, Saturday and Sunday, especially looking at our young commentators as well. And I forgot to put the jingle on the end of that. I'm going to get told off by them next week, because I was rushing, I was talking away to them, and the jingle didn't go at the end of our show. So I know I'm going to get pulled by our young commentators next week. We're hoping to have Dan from KCC 99.8 FM live with us next week, and he's going to take over a few sessions and give me a break. That's what I've heard anyway. Come on, Dan, it remains to be seen. Fingers crossed, the kids are looking forward to it. I'm getting loads of messages. I'm going to be busy on my phone. Thank you very much for tuning in. So from myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line and Respect programme, we wish you, our viewers and our listeners, a very peaceful evening, and a lovely evening, loads of suntan on you, loads of sun lotion and loads of relaxation. We'll see you next Friday at 7 p.m, maybe earlier, with our young commentators. In the meantime, put your feet up, relax and enjoy the rest of the evening. Good night, God bless.